Good morning. How you doing, everybody? It's been a busy week here. Mostly on the square body. I've done a little bit on the 49, but you know, not a whole lot. The square body's got to get done, so I've been going after that. Uh, this video, I'm gonna get that front fender and gapping and everything done on the driver's side, and I think we're gonna get rid of this bogus lift kit. Uh, it's just it doesn't work. So yeah, we're gonna get that out of there, lower it back down to stock height. Shocks are ordered and uh, door pins are ordered. Need door pins too. But anyway, also I had to put some tires on the wife's car, and there's that one brand of tire that their claim to fame is they use crushed walnut shells in their tires, and it's supposed to act like little spikes that grab the ice and snow for traction. So I found a used set of these things and put them on the wife's car. She gets up to go to work in the morning, and the chipmunks ate her tires. No, it didn't happen. No. Anyway, yeah. Oh, I can show you this. This is kind of bizarre. I was stripping the paint and rust and stuff off the firewall of the 49, and my drill burst into flames in my hand. Good quality power tools from Princess Auto. But I paid $30 for that drill, and it lasted me for 3 years. So hey, $10 a year, that's cheap. So I'm going to get another one. I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure I don't set myself on fire again. Anyhow, so that's where we're at. That's what we're going to be doing, and so let's just get after it. Okay, so here we are. I just heard on the radio they issued a tornado warning. You might look at my yard and say, I think it already hit. But no, it didn't. That's just treasure, man, treasure. Anyway, what I've been doing today is getting this Fender driver's side lined up. It's pretty good. Down here, the gap was like, honestly, it was over an inch, and I couldn't seem to squeeze it in. And now that I fixed that piece at the bottom of the fender, that was in the last video, it pulled the fender in nicely. It's pretty good and flush here. So yeah, we're in good shape. The only problem here is that look, the door pins are shot. So I got the owner to order a new set. So we'll have to pop the door off again once they come in, take the pins out of the hinges, replace them with new ones, and that should fix our problem. So yeah, it should bring it up a little bit. That's how it wants to be. So that should make this line here line up. On the front, it's pretty damn good. So I think the door pins will solve our problem. Anyway, I'm done with that for now, and we're gonna tackle this lift kit, I think, next. Show you what's going on here. The shackles right here for the springs are all the way back. There's no play anymore. So there's zero suspension on this thing. On top of that, this is a flex brake line. Honestly, it's tight like a guitar string. So your first bump, you go over a good sized bump, it's going to tear that brake line right apart. So all we're going to have to do is we'll take this bolt out here. This is just a T-block that splits the brake lines, and we'll just let it float for now. And once we lower it, take the blocks out, then we'll bolt that T back in. I'm going to use my my cherry picker to pick up the weight of the back end. We'll take out the rest of the U-bolts. There's one on this side and two on the other. Lift it up, remove these blocks, 5-inch blocks, and then lower it back down. And these are the new U-bolts we got made up. They're 5 inches shorter because, of course, the 5-inch blocks. So there we go. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm pretty sure my cherry picker will handle the weight at the back. I mean, it picks up big block engines, so it should be able to pick that up. And yeah, we're going to get on that right away. I'm going to get the torches out, heat up those U-bolt nuts, and so I can get them off. And that's where we're at. Okay, so here's my setup. Cherry picker. I got it wrapped around 3 times. If it looks a little sketchy, it's because it might be, but I think it'll work. Man, I tell you, I had one bolt or one nut that just would not come off. I mean, I heated a cherry red 4 times, so I had to put a ton of fire on it before it finally broke free. But we got her now, so I'm going to try jacking it up and see what happens. Right now, nothing. Whoa. Okay. Okay, the rear end is free. Alright, I better, maybe I should put this down and free up my hands. Looking for a good spot. Go a bit more. Bigger hammer. Okay, really, this is a two-man job. See how my rear end kind of tilted that way, and it looks like it's moved side to side. But I'm going to try and get it in position, and because there's a pin underneath the spring that has to fit in that hole on both sides. So it's got to be lined up right on the money. So anyway, I'm gonna put the camera down and see what I can do here, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, well, the diff wanted to flop down, so I put a floor jack underneath it, brought it up level, and took the weight off. Had to line it up. The pins fell in the holes. The weight's still off of it, so I'm just gonna let the weight down. There she goes. The weight is off of it. So I'll just get my new U-bolts, put them on, and button this thing down. And the back end is lowered. Voila. Okay, so it's all bolted down. You want to torque these things down to about 1.5 million foot-pounds of torque. In other words, maximum torquage. And even then, after you've driven it around a couple of miles, get underneath and check them and retorque them. They do have a habit of working loose. So yeah, just maximum torque, man. Give her. And now we're going to tackle the front. So I've run into a bit of a snag here. I wanted the new bolts to be 5 inches shorter because those lift blocks are 5 inches tall. Well, you might be able to convince your wife that that's 5 inches, but it's actually 3 inches. And because of the taper, you can see how it kind of widens up as it goes to the top. We're going to be a little bit narrower, almost a full hole width, at the top of the new U-bolt. So it's not going to line up with the holes. So I'm going to have to spread this one. I don't know. Put some fire on it, I guess, and see if I can widen it up a little bit. And hopefully that'll work. But you know, when you ask for something a certain size and they do what they think is right, well, you know. So the other 4 that are on the front on the passenger side, I cut them as they were on the truck, so I didn't feel like unbolting them again. But you know, this one here I'm going to cut off the truck and then put it on. This one here, if I cut it even more, 2 inches, it's going to be even narrower at the top because it's tapered. So you know, it's always something. Anyway, we'll fight through it and get her done. Well, here I am sitting in the dark, got a flashlight on me. Didn't quite get all 4 bolts in the front, the 4 U-bolts. I was under the truck trying to line up the last one, the tapered one, and the power goes out again. This is like the 4th time in a month, and it's not like it goes out for 20 minutes, half an hour. This goes on for hours. Anyway, they're saying like it's dark now, so it's about just coming up on 8 o'clock. It's been out for an hour and a half already. Figured I can't do anything else. Might as well have a beer and film a segment for my video. What else am I going to do? Oh, there was a flash. Maybe the power's coming back on soon. But anyhow, we'll see if the power comes on. I'll get that last bolt in. If not, well, we'll see you in the morning. And you know, I'm a little pissed off. I mean, this is the 21st century, you know, not the early 20th century. We can't even keep the freaking lights on. Man, I don't know, but they sure like to charge you for the juice when it is working. You know, fix the system. fix it. Quit screwing around. Anyway, we'll either see you later or we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, next day. Power's back on, everything's back to normal, and I finished up the lowering of the front end. I got around the U-bolt issue with just putting it in a vise and using a long length of pipe to tweak it this way and that, and get it to where it lined up. So it's all torqued down now. I think it looks a lot better. You know, if you're going to do a lift, you can't just use blocks and shocks. I mean, you know, there's steering considerations. There's all kinds of different issues. You know, here's the kit here. You know, these homemade blocks are kind of bubblegum welded together, and the shocks were no good anyway. You know, I compressed them right down, and they didn't come back out, so they're finished. So yeah, he's got new shocks coming. Should be here Friday, and we'll get them on. And I'm pretty sure this thing is going to be able to steer now, and there is a little bit of bounce in the back end, so we have some suspension. So all around, I think it's going to be better. I've got a couple of touch-ups to do on both sides. The driver's side I thought was done, but there's a couple spots that I've seen in the in daylight. So we're gonna get on that, finish it off, and I also got to take the box and bring it out this way so I can work on that. So that's where we're at on all that stuff, and that'll probably be it for this video. But anyway, we'll be back. Okay, so there you have it. Truck's back down to stock height. Yeah, we'll get the shocks on it when they come in. Those door pins, I got to get those changed for sure. And I'm going to try and spend a little bit of quality time with my 49 over the weekend. So we'll see how that goes. I'd like to get the square body primed before the weekend, and that shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, Facebook, check us out, Dirty Dan's Rod and Cycle on Facebook. We're approaching about 600 people now that follow it. A lot of cool stuff there. Yeah, it's been really well received and going very well. You know, if you do happen to catch the video through Facebook, share it with your friends. You know, got to spread the word, man. Get it out there. So, you know, subscribe, of course. Hit the little subscribe button. Hit the little bell, and that would really be helping me out. I'd appreciate it. What else? Got to go to Princess Auto, get another drill. I'll probably do that tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, if you don't do anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.